Economic arm of Borough Hall, Maling Drone. The chair of BOEDC, Arthur Richardson, is here as well, Mr. Chairman. We're joined by former Borough President and Regional Director of HUD for New York, New Jersey, and is it Puerto Rico as well? And the Virgin Islands. You all know him as Mr. Former Borough President, Mr. Regional Director, Adolfo. I call him number 12. So I just want to reiterate, and I want to piggyback off of what Lula said earlier, how important this conversation is. First of all, let me thank each and every single one of you, not just for being here today, but because of your sacrifice, the investment that you have made over the last couple of years and the last couple of decades here in the Bronx. If the Bronx is a better place, and we all know that it is, if the infrastructure is incredible, and we all know that it is because of the risk that many of you in this room have taken. And you know, a lot of the work that has happened and come out of Borough Hall through number 11, Fernando Ferrer, number 12, Adolfo Carrion, and now number 13. We believe that it's important to have, and I was just talking to Adolfo about it, to have that continuity that comes out of Borough Hall, to make sure that when one borough president or former borough president gave seed money to a particular organization, and Carol knows this, to have that continue to happen, to make sure that we continue on that plan. We at Borough Hall and the Bronx Real Economic Development Corporation are just ecstatic about the many opportunities and challenges that are before us that we need to have as part of the conversation that will take place today and of course in the months to come. For instance, over the last year alone, many of you were at my State of the Borough address. It was a little long-winded. I won't be that long-winded today. But there's just so much to talk about. The BOEDC has given tens of millions of dollars in grants and loans to businesses, both big and small, here in the Bronx. The BOEDC has helped, and through my office, more than 700 businesses over the last 12 months. We've been able to get the city, the Economic Development Corporation, to put to RFP many of the big lots that for so many years sat there and sat empty, whether it was in Zariga Havemeyer, whether it was at the Hub, whether it was Bathgate. And many of you here put in those RFPs, and we're going to see those sites develop soon, and we're going to see job creation there. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were at Hunts Point, where we did the groundbreaking for Jetro. Jetro is now in a piece of property that for many years, either the Giuliani administration wanted to bring garbage there, or the Bloomberg administration wanted to bring in a correctional facility. But now we have a $50 million investment, $25 million that we helped bring in through the IDA, and we're going to create hundreds of jobs for Bronxites and keep Jetro right here in the Hunts Point section. Non-for-profits, and we've been working with sports institutions. I see my good friend Charlie. Where's Charlie Cuevas, who's here? Charlie Cuevas is around there with the New York Junior Tennis League. We've invested and had government put in money so that we can have a tennis center. We know that we have a tournament there. Over the last couple of months, you've seen Army versus Notre Dame at Yankee Stadium. We've seen Kansas versus Syracuse play a football game there. And if you're interested in hip-hop like myself and my kids, then you went to the Jay-Z and the Eminem concert that was at Yankee Stadium. Great show. The problem with that is that we've seen tens of thousands of people come from beyond our borders, and it's sort of like just a hit and run. We don't want that. We want people to stay here. We want people to spend the night here. We want people to go to the restaurant. We want people to go to the Bronx Museum of Art. We want them to take advantage of our beautiful golf courses here. We want them to go to the Orchard Beach during the summertime. And the way to do that is to have a world-class hotel. And that's something that we've been working on. That's something that many of you have been coming to us about, and it's something that we need to think about. We need to look at how we still have our waterfront properties that are either underutilized or they are inappropriately utilized. If you look at the waterfront in other boroughs, look at what's happening on the west side of Manhattan. Look at what's happening in Brooklyn and in Queens. Well, we want the same attention. We want the same investment here in the Bronx. When you look at some of the properties like the Stella Doro site, or the Old London site, these are real estate, prime real estate, that we all need to come together. And then lastly, and I know that these are supposed to be just welcoming remarks by me, but lastly, I want to challenge each and every single one of you on this thought, that in order for us to continue to have people know, see, and feel the investment here in the Bronx over the last 8 years has been over $11 billion of investment. The infrastructure is impeccable, and yet people still have those images of the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. We need to fight back against the negative stereotype. We need to fight back against those negative images. We need to have an overall comprehensive affront to the negative campaign that continues to happen and continues to threaten the viability of the borough. That means that, and I've been speaking to good friends like Kathy Zemichensky, who says that we should start pulling out